Hey there, and welcome to the Daily Manchester United News Show. Let's dive into today's top stories. Erik Ten Hag to stay as Man United manager at least until FA Cup final clash with Man City. Manchester United manager Erik Ten Hag won't be sacked before the FA Cup final, despite the defeat at Crystal Palace threatening European qualification. According to Telegraph Sport, United have no intention of sacking the Dutchman before the big game against Manchester City on May 25. Ten Hag's future hangs in the balance after a shambolic 4-0 defeat to Crystal Palace in the Premier League. The Red Devils have won only once in the last 5 league games, putting them in 8th place. They are 2 points behind 6th placed Newcastle United. With only 3 games remaining, Man United could fail to qualify for the Europa League. Their last 3 league fixtures are against Arsenal, Newcastle United and Brighton and Hove Albion. All 3 teams have enough firepower to beat the Red Devils. United are set to clash with Manchester City in the FA Cup final later this month. The result of that highly anticipated game could play a pivotal role in determining Ten Hag's immediate future. If United suffer an embarrassing defeat, it would be difficult for co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe to back the Dutchman. Thomas Tuchel has been linked with a move to Old Trafford to replace Ten Hag. The former Chelsea manager is set to leave Bayern Munich this summer. There is sympathy for Ten Hag due to several injuries suffered by his players. However, defeat in the FA Cup final could force the new owners to swing the axe. Manchester United manager shares his thoughts on Hojlund's comparison with Kane. Manchester United manager Erik Ten Hag has insisted that it's unfair to compare Rasmus Hojlund with Bayern Munich striker Harry Kane. The Red Devils were linked with both strikers last summer, but they ultimately signed Hojlund for £72 million from Atalanta. The 21-year-old hit an excellent run of form at the start of the year when he scored in 5 consecutive Premier League games. However, he has struck only once in his last 7 league contests since returning from a muscle injury. Ten Hag praised the Dane's qualities, but also conceded that he needs time to adapt to the Premier League, he told Sky Sports. Yes, and you know Harry Kane will get you 30 goals. I think Rasmus will get there, but he needs time. It's not fair to assess him the same as Harry Kane. I would never compare two players because they are very different. But with Hojlund, I think we had the biggest potential in the striker position last summer, and we are very happy with him, but he also needs time to adapt, and we are very pleased he showed his asset in scoring goals. He had a very good period where he scored many games after he showed it, but before and after he had some physical issues, which is normal for a young player coming up, but it has a negative impact on the team result, and that's what you have to accept. Then you go back to the fans and the opinion makers, and they don't understand or they don't want to understand this. It's how Man United gets judged. They only see the result, but we need time. You have to accept the process is going slower, and you can't then expect to straight away compete for titles in the Champions League and the Premier League. Jamie Carragher slams Casemiro, saying he should go to the MLS or Saudi Arabia. Jamie Carragher believes Manchester United midfielder Casemiro has 3 games left at the top level and should be looking for a move to the MLS or Saudi Arabia. Casemiro, playing at centre-back because of injuries to Rafael Varane, Lisandro Martinez, Victor Lindelof and Harry Maguire, had an evening he will want to forget very quickly. The 32-year-old's legs look like they have gone, and he was easily beaten in the build-up to Oliz's opener for Palace. Liverpool legend Carragher had called for the former Real Madrid man to be substituted at half-time and said at full-time he thought Casemiro's time at the top level was coming to an end. He said, I know he got kids on the bench, but I think Casemiro, deadly serious, should know himself tonight as an experienced player that he should only have another 3 games left at the top level, the next 2 league games and the FA Cup final, and he should be thinking, I need to go to the MLS or Saudi, I'm deadly serious, he is aging, the people around him, they need to tell him, this has to stop. He's been an absolute great. I'm nowhere near on a level of what that man has achieved. Champions League, playing for Brazil, playing for Real Madrid, but I always remember something when I retired myself. There was a saying I always remember as a footballer, leave the football before the football leaves you. The football has left him at this top level. He needs to call it a day at this level of football and move. Casemiro has 2 years left on his current contract and has made 29 appearances for the Red Devils in all competitions this season, scoring 5 goals. Fabrizio Romano clarifies a statement by club president on Man United stars transfer situation. Transfer news journalist Fabrizio Romano has clarified a statement made by Getafe's president about Manchester United forward Mason Greenwood being a target for Barcelona ahead of the summer. Greenwood has been on loan from Man United to Getafe this season, and his impressive form in La Liga has seemingly not gone unnoticed by top clubs like Barcelona, with Laporta supposedly asking about him, according to Getafe chief Angel Torres. It seems, however, that Romano is convinced that Greenwood is not a Barca target, as per his note at the end of his post on X, which reads, Barcelona have already ruled out the deal, Greenwood is not a target. Greenwood certainly could be someone who'd do a job for Barcelona, though at the same time there are probably a number of clubs who would currently steer clear of signing him due to the nature of his departure from Old Trafford. Even if Greenwood is a top talent on his day, he'd come with a lot of baggage that most clubs may well feel they could do without, including of course United themselves, who suspended him after he was arrested in early 2022. Also, charges against the 22-year-old have since been dropped. The very serious nature of the allegations perhaps means we are unlikely to ever see him in a United shirt again, so he is surely going to be one to watch on the market this summer. Barcelona, however, don't seem to be in the running for the former England international signature, even if Laporta has supposedly shown some informal interest in the recent past. Barca could do with making some changes to their attack this summer, and it will be interesting to see who they want and who they can afford amid some concern over financial fair play regulations. Man United likely to make £40 million bid for JeanClair Tobu. Manchester United are likely to make a bid for Nice defender JeanClair Tobu. If there was anybody left who didn't believe United need a defensive reset, last night's pathetic 4-0 hammering at Crystal Palace must surely have been the last straw. 55 goals have been chipped by Erik Tangaard's side this season, and a greater number of injuries have plagued the club, so much so that a Clarity Unifit Johnny Evans was rushed back in to face the Eagles, and he took his place beside an out-of-position and a separately out-of-form Casemiro. The midfielder trio of Christian Eriksen, Kobbie Mainoo and Mason Mount provided little defensive cover for their exposed backline. Therefore, signing a defender has become imperative for the Red Devils this summer, and the likes of Jarrad Branthwaite, Gonzalo Inacio and Ronald Araujo have all been recently linked to a move to Manchester. However, one name that has never been too far away from United's in the press is that of French defender Tobu, with the 24-year-old being linked with a move to Old Trafford since last summer. It has been reported by some that despite the noise around Branthwaite, Tobu is actually the first choice, and the Reds will face competition from the continent in the form of Atletico Madrid and AC Milan. Give Me Sport have also added fuel to this particular fire by claiming it's likely that United will make a £40 million bid for the former Barcelona defender this summer. with Brandthwaite's price regularly being quoted at £70 million in a summer of PSR financial restrictions and no Champions League money next season, Manchester United are increasingly likely to head to Nice with a formal offer for JeanClair Tobu after the France international has been identified as a more affordable alternative to Everton defender Jarrad Brandthwaite ahead of the summer transfer window. Sources have told Give Me Sport that Manchester United have earmarked Todibo as a key transfer target following internal discussions at Old Trafford, and they are increasingly likely to test Nice's resolve by lodging a formal bid when the summer window opens for business in the coming weeks. Jose Mourinho wants to manage Manchester United for a second time. Jose Mourinho is reportedly interested in returning to Manchester United for a second managerial stint. The Portuguese boss was at the club between the summer of 2016 and December 2018. During his 2.5-year tenure, he led the club to League Cup and Europa League success, but he left the Red Devils in December following a disappointing start to the 18-19 campaign. According to the Manchester Evening News, Mourinho would love to manage United again and has told confidence he would willingly walk to Old Trafford to do so. The 61-year-old is reportedly a friend of the club's co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe. However, the Premier League giants are not interested in reappointing him. Mourinho has managed some of the best clubs in the world, including Real Madrid and Chelsea. The 61-year-old has won a ton of silverware during his career, but his best days are behind him. He failed at Tottenham before heading to Serie A. He led Roma to the Europa Conference League title, but was also banned several times for his tirades against match officials. Reappointing Mourinho would be a backward step for a club that desperately needs a lift. Newcastle United revive interest in Manchester United target Michael Olise. Newcastle United have reignited their interest in Manchester United target Michael Olise. According to the Daily Mail, the 22-year-old is enjoying an excellent season, registering 9 goals and 4 assists in 17 Premier League matches. The talented winger delivered one of his best performances in Monday's home clash against the Red Devils. He struck 2 superb goals in the Eagles' 4-0 victory at Selhurst Park. Man United rate Olise very highly and are looking to sign him in the summer transfer window. They are reportedly leading the race for Olise despite not being able to offer him Champions League football next season. Newcastle have now joined the race for Olise, which could complicate matters for Man United. The Magpies have been tracking the London-born footballer since his days at Reading. Olise was pursued by Chelsea and Paris Saint-Germain last year, but he ended up staying at Palace. He has a contract at Selhurst Park until 2027, but a lucrative offer could tempt the Eagles into selling. Arsenal and Liverpool also rate the winger highly and could launch a bid to sign him this summer. As we wrap up today's Manchester United news, remember to stay tuned for daily updates right here on the channel. Don't miss out on the latest updates, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a like if you found this information valuable. Your support means the world to us. Thanks for watching, and until next time, peace out.